Go.
Well, hi there. Welcome to Pikes Peak Library District's Kinderspark 2021. I'm Stacy from the East Library Children's Department, and today we're going to talk about the last of the 5 practices that we need to do with our preschoolers to help get them ready for reading and kindergarten, and that is writing. Reading and writing go together. Children need to understand that, and that writing is important for a lot of reasons. Writing helps them learn letters and shapes and the sounds of the letters. It helps them understand that words represent sounds, and then those sounds are put together to make a word, a printed word, and that the printed words have meaning representing ideas, just like my letters and words here represent the ideas that I'm trying to tell you about today and help me remember them. So writing starts with scribbling and drawing. Scribbling is really pretend writing. So we want to encourage that right from the very beginning. We want to give our kids paper and crayons and pencils and things to write and scribble, and drawing is also important. Any of those things are important to do because they not only help the child be interested in writing and think it's cool, but also it helps us develop the pincher grasp, the thing that they need to know how to hold a pencil or pen or crayon. They're not born knowing that. Babies and toddlers generally hold things like this, and they actually don't have the coordination to be able to do it the right way at that time. But when they get to be preschoolers, they do. So we want to encourage them, maybe starting with large crayons and then moving to smaller crayons and pencils and pens, etc., to hold it this way with a pincher grasp and use that for their pretend writing and their coloring. And encourage them, just let them go to town and write and scribble and color as much as possible. There's a lot of other things that we need to do too to encourage that pincher grasp, and also to help them develop the fine finger coordination and the muscle strength to color and write in school for a period of time. And so here's some other things you can give them besides the crayons and paper and things. You can give them glue sticks and help them glue things onto the paper. You can also give them stickers. Stickers are a great way to develop fine finger motion, pulling off the sticker and putting it on the paper. That's good exercise for those muscles. Lacing is also really good exercise. So you can give them string to lace things on, like cereal or large beads with large holes, but you can also use a pipe cleaner and go ahead and lay some cereal and things on there. Whoops, I all came off at once there. That's really tough to do actually for a small child. A good fine finger motion, but it's fun because you can make things with it. And also you can just lace things onto string, punch holes in paper, lace the string through there. So that's great hand motion. Also, Play-Doh, really good for the hand muscles, squeezing and molding, making things. You can make your own Play-Doh using recipes online if you like. And finger painting is also really good for those fine finger motions and strengthening those muscles. And you don't have to use expensive finger paints from the store. You can use pudding. I had only chocolate handy at the time, but you can get light colored pudding and put food coloring in it, or Jello powder and make it colorful, but otherwise they can just paint with the pudding. That's a lot of fun, and if they put it in their mouth, you don't have to worry about it not being safe. I'll show you a little more about what you can do with the finger painting in the pudding in just a minute. But those are just some fun things that you can do to help strengthen those muscles, and there's a lot more activities. You can probably find them online too if you look them up. But the next thing, once they've got that grasp down and the muscles are doing good, what we want to do is start helping them learn to write their letters. Did you know the kids need to learn their shapes first in order to learn their letters, so that they can recognize that an A is a triangular shape or an O is a circle shape or that sort of thing? So work on the shapes a little first, and then when you're ready, the first thing they really want to know how to write is their name. So we want to use capital letters to start with, and then teach the lowercase letters later. So help them write their name in big capital letters, or you write it for them and then help them trace it with a pencil, and get used to the motions to make each letter, and teach them the sounds and how it goes together to make their name. Then you can make it fun by letting them decorate their name. I did mine with stickers. There, you get that motion in again for the fine finger motions. And you can also just have them practice other letters once they've learned their name. Oh, I almost forgot to say, once they've learned their name, it's kind of a fun thing to write the letters on lids that you get off of juice bottles or milk bottles or whatever, and then they can you can mix it up and see if they can put it in order and spell their name. That's a really fun game that I think is a lot of fun to do to practice their name. And then you can do it with the other letters as well. As they learn more letters, you can mix them all up and have them practice spelling words. But as far as learning their letters and writing their letters, we want to make that a lot of fun. So besides just writing on paper and practicing a lot on paper, you can do it with the pudding and write their initials in there, or any other letter. They can also do it in shaving cream or sand. All of that is really fun. Like I said, decorating the words that they write is a lot of fun. You can even write letters out of ribbon. There's a T, and there's just all kinds of ways. Popsicle sticks, you can make them out of. Lots of ways to practice those letters, but make it fun. And then when they get to where they're learning to write a little bit, or even before when they're just scribbling, play games that involve writing. You can play restaurant, have them pretend to be the waiter and write down what you want to eat. There's just a lot of fun things you can do. And the other most important thing that we need to do is make sure that they understand that we write, and we use writing a lot, and that it's fun and it's important. So we want them to see us writing, and we tend to not do that so much anymore. We tend to swipe and text, but we want to make sure that when we do write, and we still do more than we think we do, we point it out to them. So we let them see us writing, maybe addressing an envelope, writing sticky notes, writing in our planners or on our calendars, writing in greeting cards, things like that, writing on a recipe card. So make sure that they see you do as much writing as possible so that they know that it's special, it's cool, and that they want to do it too. And lastly, of course, we want to point out print in the real world, on signs, on things that we see in the grocery store, and in books especially. So I'm going to show you just a couple of books that are, types of books that are good ways to encourage writing. One thing is just that you can simply do a book where someone in the book is actually shown writing and drawing. And in this particular case, this is Llama Llama Home with Mama by Anna Dewdney, which I'm using with permission from, excuse me, Penguin Books. And then you can also find books that have a path or a line or a trail for your child to follow with their finger. That's good finger motion there. This is Where's Baby Bear? And it is by Ashley Wolf, and I'm using it with permission from Simon & Schuster. Sorry. And lastly, books that show speech bubbles are great, because then it shows that that is the actual word that the character's saying, and it's coming out of their mouth, and you can explain that to their child, that that's the word that he's actually saying. And this is Aha by Jeff Mack, used with permission from Chronicle Books. And you can find lots more at your library. And speaking of the library, if you go to our main webpage, find the Kinderspark link there. You can go to another link that will help you find an activity book to use at home with your kids, a free one that you can download. So thanks for watching, and enjoy writing with your preschooler.